I want you to look around your house for a second. Not at the big stuff. Look at the small things. The paper towel roll on the counter. The third set of car keys by the door. The drawer full of greeting cards you bought and never sent. Now multiply every one of those things by 12 months, then multiply that by 10 years. That number is the gap between your savings account and the one you wish you had. The American personal savings rate recently dropped to 3.6%. Meanwhile, Americans are collectively sitting on $1.25 trillion in credit card debt at an average interest rate of 21%. Those numbers do not happen because of one bad purchase. They happen because of hundreds of small ones that nobody questions because everyone else is making them too. Today, I am walking through 14 things that Japanese people almost never buy. Not because they cannot afford them. Because they looked at these products, looked at the price, looked at the alternative, and said no thank you. My name is Kay. I grew up in Japan where a reusable cloth and a small kitchen did the job of an entire aisle at Target. Then I moved to America and discovered that there is an entire industry built around selling you things you do not need to replace things that already work. Number 14. Paper towels. Americans consume roughly 13 billion pounds of paper towels every single year. The average American household spends between $120 and $180 annually on paper towels alone. That is money you pick up, use for 4 seconds, and throw directly into the garbage. Japanese households do not use paper towels. Because every person in Japan carries a personal cloth handkerchief. Walk into any public restroom in Japan and you will not find paper towel dispensers. Everyone pulls out their own cloth, dries their hands, and moves on. In Japanese schools, reusable hand towels are on the required supply list right next to pencils and notebooks. A set of quality cloth towels costs maybe $20 to $30 and lasts years. Over a decade, a single American household spends between $1,200 and $1,800 on paper towels. That is over $1,000 difference on something most Americans never think about. My mother visited me in America and watched me rip off a paper towel to wipe a single drop of water off the counter. She just looked at me the way only a Japanese mother can. Then she folded a dish towel, wiped the counter, and rinsed it in the sink. She has been doing it that way for 40 years. Number 13. A second or third car. The average American household owns nearly 2 cars. In many suburban families, it is 3. Each additional car comes with insurance, fuel, registration, maintenance, and depreciation. A second car costs roughly $5,500 a year just to keep on the road, and that is before a single car payment. Japanese urban households overwhelmingly own 1 car or none. Japanese families coordinate. 1 car serves the family. Errands are combined. The train handles commuting. The bicycle handles everything within a few kilometers. Smart Sam's family owns 1 modest car and 2 train passes. Total annual transportation cost sits around $3,000. Brooke Bryant's household runs 2 SUV payments, 2 insurance policies, and 2 fuel budgets. His annual transportation cost exceeds $15,000. Over 10 years, that gap becomes $120,000 before you even account for investment returns. My parents in Japan shared 1 car for their entire marriage. When I told my American roommate that, he looked at me like I had described a survival situation. Number 12. Greeting cards for every occasion. The American greeting card industry generates over $7 billion in revenue annually. Americans buy cards for birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, sympathy, thank you, congratulations, and holidays that were invented specifically to sell cards. A decent card now costs $5 to $8. Japanese culture has a gift-giving tradition, but it operates entirely differently. Cash gifts in specific envelopes for weddings and funerals. Seasonal gift giving in the form of actual useful items. There is no equivalent of standing in front of a wall of cards for 20 minutes, buying one with someone else's words printed inside it, and paying $6 for the privilege. My Japanese uncle would hand you a crisp envelope with cash inside and a short bow. Done in 8 seconds. The birthday person gets something they can actually use, and nobody spent half an hour reading poetry written by a stranger. Number 11. Home security systems and cameras. The American home security industry is worth over $20 billion. Ring doorbells, ADT contracts, motion sensors, cameras on every corner of the house, monthly monitoring fees that add up to $360 to $720 a year. Japan has one of the lowest crime rates in the developed world. Violent crime in Japan occurs at roughly 1/15 the rate of the United States. Japanese people routinely leave doors unlocked. Children walk to school alone starting in first grade. The society itself functions as the security system. Smart Sam lives in a neighborhood where people know each other. His security spending is zero. Broke Brian pays $50 a month for monitoring, bought 4 cameras at $200 each, and still checks his phone every time a squirrel crosses his driveway. Brian has spent over $4,000 on security in 3 years. His house has never been broken into. Neither has Sam's. Number 10. Single-use cleaning products. Americans spend billions annually on disposable cleaning products. Swiffer pads, Clorox wipes, disposable mop heads, throwaway dusting cloths. Each one is designed to be used once and discarded. Japanese households clean with reusable cloths called zoken. In Japanese schools, students clean their own classrooms every day using these simple cotton rags. They wring them out, wipe down the floors on their hands and knees, rinse them, and use them again tomorrow. Japanese cleaning culture does not require a different disposable product for every surface in the house. One good cloth and a bucket of water handles the floor. A different cloth handles the kitchen. A third handles the bathroom. Total annual investment in cleaning supplies for a Japanese household is a fraction of what Americans spend. The Japanese school cleaning system teaches a financial lesson that most Americans never learn. When you grow up cleaning your own classroom with a rag and a bucket every single day from age 6, you internalize the idea that cleaning does not require expensive products. It requires effort and a cloth. My father still cleans his apartment the same way he cleaned his classroom in elementary school. Rag, water, occasionally some diluted vinegar. Smart Sam owns 10 reusable cleaning cloths that cost him maybe $15 total and get washed with the regular laundry. Broke Brian buys a new container of disposable wipes every 2 weeks at $6 each, new Swiffer pads monthly at $12, and specialty sprays for every surface. Brian spends over $300 a year on products he uses once and throws in the trash. Sam spends close to zero after the initial purchase. And here is the part nobody talks about. Sam's floors are actually cleaner because getting on your hands and knees with a damp cloth cleans better than pushing a disposable pad across the surface. Number 9. Specialty kitchen gadgets. The average American kitchen contains a collection of single-purpose tools that each do exactly one thing: avocado slicers, egg separators, garlic presses, electric can openers, banana hooks, strawberry hullers, quesadilla makers. The list is endless, and most of these things get used twice before being banished to the back of a drawer or donated to a thrift store where they will be purchased by another person who will also use them twice. Japanese kitchens are small by American standards, and that constraint forces intelligence. A good knife replaces the avocado slicer, the garlic press, the egg separator, and half the drawer of gadgets. A rice cooker does the work of multiple appliances. Chopsticks serve as tongs, whisks, and serving utensils. The Japanese kitchen philosophy is built on versatility. Every tool earns its space by doing multiple jobs well. Americans fill their kitchens with solutions to problems that a single sharp knife already solved. My grandmother's entire kitchen ran on one good knife, a cutting board, a rice cooker, 2 pots, and a single cast iron pan. She made extraordinary meals with those tools for over 40 years. My American neighbor has a kitchen island covered in gadgets she got as wedding gifts 8 years ago. Half of them are still in the original packaging. Broke Brian's kitchen has 3 drawers of gadgets: a bread maker he used twice, a juicer that lasted 1 January, and a pasta machine that came out once for a dinner party and never again. Brian spent more on kitchen tools than Sam spent on an entire year of groceries. Number 8. A new phone every upgrade cycle. The average American replaces their smartphone every 2 to 3 years. Many upgrade annually because the carrier makes it easy and the marketing makes last year's phone feel ancient. A flagship phone costs between $800 and $1,200. Japanese consumers hold onto their phones significantly longer. Phone cases in Japan are protective investments designed to keep the phone working for as long as possible. Upgrading every 2 years over a decade means 5 phones at roughly $1,000 each. Keeping a phone for 4 years means roughly $2,500 over the same period. Smart Sam buys a mid-range phone for $600 and keeps it for 4 years. Broke Brian finances the latest flagship every 18 months. Over a decade, Sam spends $1,500 on phones. Brian spends over $6,000. Same texts. Same apps. Different bank accounts. Number 7. Oversized refrigerators and chest freezers. The average American refrigerator is 20 to 25 cubic feet. Many American homes also have a secondary chest freezer in the garage, packed with frozen meals, bulk meat, and bags of things purchased 6 months ago that nobody remembers buying. Japanese refrigerators are typically about half that size, and there is no chest freezer in the garage because most Japanese homes do not have garages. Japanese families shop for food frequently, often daily. Fresh food goes in the refrigerator today and gets eaten today or tomorrow. There is no need for a massive freezer because the shopping pattern eliminates the need to stockpile. Fresh food means less waste, better nutrition, and lower electricity costs. The average American wastes roughly 30 to 40% of the food they purchase. That translates to over $2,000 per household per year in food that goes directly from the refrigerator to the garbage. My mother opens her refrigerator and can see everything inside. Nothing hides in the back. Nothing expires because it got pushed behind something else 3 weeks ago. My American apartment had a refrigerator so deep that I once found a container of yogurt that had expired 4 months earlier behind a bag of frozen vegetables I also forgot I owned. A smaller refrigerator is not a downgrade. It is a system that forces you to eat what you bought and stop buying what you will not eat. If you want to learn more about how Japanese financial thinking can change your relationship with money, hit subscribe and check out the app. I cover this kind of cross-cultural money wisdom every week. Now let us keep going. Number 6. Bulk processed snacks and warehouse club memberships. Americans pay $60 to $120 a year for the privilege of buying things in quantities no family actually needs. Warehouse clubs sell chips in bags the size of pillows, crackers by the crate, and candy in containers that could feed a neighborhood. Japanese packaging is the opposite. Individual portions. Small bags. Exact quantities. When you buy a snack in Japan, you get exactly enough for one sitting. Not enough for the entire week. The portion-controlled packaging does 2 things at once. It prevents overeating, and it prevents overspending. You buy what you need, and nothing sits in the pantry going stale. Buying in bulk feels like saving money until you realize you are eating twice as much as you planned, throwing away the last quarter of the bag because it went stale, and replacing it with another oversized bag next month. The Warehouse Club is not saving you money. It is changing your consumption patterns to match the container size. Smart Sam buys a small bag of rice crackers from the Japanese grocery store for $2. He eats it over 2 days and buys another when he wants one. Broke Brian buys a 4-pound bag of cheese puffs from the Warehouse Club for $9, eats half of it in 3 days because it is sitting right there on the counter, and throws out the rest when it goes stale. Brian spent more, ate more, wasted more, and gained more weight. The bulk discount was not a deal. It was a trap with a membership fee. Number 5. Dedicated nursery rooms and baby furniture sets. The average American family spends upward of $3,000 setting up a nursery before the baby arrives. A crib that converts into a toddler bed, a changing table, a matching dresser, a glider chair, themed wall decor, a sound machine, a baby monitor, blackout curtains, and a rug that coordinates with the lamp. In Japan, babies sleep with their parents. Co-sleeping is the cultural norm, not the exception. A futon on the tatami floor next to the parents is standard. During the day, the futon folds up and the room becomes a living space again. The matching furniture set does not exist because the baby's needs are met with simple, portable, multi-purpose items. Smart Sam's baby sleeps on a futon next to the parents, wears hand-me-downs from family, and gets changed on a portable pad. Total baby setup cost is a few $100s. Broke Brian and his partner spent $4,000 on a nursery the baby outgrew in 18 months. The crib converted into a toddler bed that the toddler refused to sleep in. The changing table became a shelf for things that have nothing to do with changing. $4,000 for a room that served its intended purpose for less than 2 years. Number 4. Fast fashion and trend-driven clothing hauls. The average American buys roughly 68 garments per year. Many of these are worn fewer than 10 times before being donated, thrown away, or forgotten at the back of a closet. The annual American clothing expenditure averages around $1,700 to $1,800 per person. Japanese people buy fewer clothes, but the clothes they buy tend to be higher quality, more versatile, and kept for significantly longer. Japanese fashion culture values timelessness over trendiness. A well-made coat lasts 5 to 10 years. A quality pair of shoes gets resold rather than replaced. Clothing is maintained, folded properly, stored carefully, and repaired when needed. My Japanese aunt has worn the same winter coat for 9 years. It looks brand new because she takes care of it. My American friend buys a new jacket every fall because last year's jacket feels outdated after seeing the new collection. Over a decade, my aunt spent $300 on outerwear. My friend spent $3,000 on coats that each lasted 1 season of relevance. The Japanese approach to clothing is the same approach they take to everything else. Buy the best you can afford, take care of it properly, and use it until it actually stops working. The American approach is to buy cheap, wear it until the trend changes, and start over. One of those approaches builds a wardrobe. The other builds a revolving door of fabric that costs more in aggregate and delivers less satisfaction per dollar spent. Number 3. Bag ice and residential ice machines. This one sounds ridiculous until you look at the numbers. The American ice industry generates over $3 billion in annual revenue. Americans buy bags of ice for coolers, parties, and just because. Many American refrigerators have built-in ice makers that run constantly. Japanese people drink hot tea year-round. Even in summer, the default beverage in Japan is hot or room temperature. The concept of buying a bag of frozen water from a convenience store and carrying it home would seem absurd to most Japanese people. The ice habit seems free, because the ice maker came with a refrigerator. But ice makers increase the purchase price of the appliance, increase electricity consumption, and break down frequently enough that ice maker repair is an entire service category in America. The ice is not free. You are paying for it in ways you stopped noticing years ago. Number 2. Matching furniture sets. Americans love coordinated furniture. The bedroom set with the matching headboard, nightstands, and dresser. The dining room set with 8 matching chairs. The living room set with a sofa, love seat, and accent chair in the same fabric. Japanese homes are furnished differently. Furniture is functional first. Pieces are chosen individually based on the space they need to fill and the job they need to do. A table works regardless of whether the chairs match. Japanese furniture is also expected to be portable and flexible because smaller spaces demand furniture that can be rearranged or removed entirely. Matching sets lock you into a single arrangement and cost significantly more because you are paying for the aesthetic coordination, not additional function. Smart Sam buys each piece of furniture separately, based on function, quality, and fit. His apartment looks intentional and cost him maybe $2,000 to furnish over 3 years. Broke Brian buys a matching living room set on a financing plan because the showroom made it look perfect. He is paying $4,000 over 24 months for a coordinated look that stops feeling special after the first week. Number 1. Home organization products. Americans spend hundreds of dollars a year on products designed to organize other products they also spent hundreds of dollars on. Clear storage bins, drawer dividers, shelf risers, label makers, closet systems, underbed storage containers, hanging shoe organizers, spice racks, lazy Susans, cabinet pullouts. The American home organization industry exists because American homes are full of things that need organizing. Japanese homes do not need an organization industry because Japanese homes do not have the excess that requires it. The Japanese approach is not to organize the clutter. It is to eliminate the clutter, so there is nothing to organize. My Japanese father's closet contains exactly what fits. When something new comes in, something old goes out. There is no need for a closet system because the closet is not overflowing. My American colleague installed a $2,000 custom closet organizer and still runs out of space because the problem was never the closet. The problem was the shopping. Buying an organization product to manage things you do not need is like buying a bigger wallet because you keep losing money. The wallet is not the issue. The spending is the issue. Japanese people solve this at the source. Smart Sam owns what fits in his apartment. When he brings something in, something goes out. His organizational system is having less stuff. Total cost of organization products is 0. Broke Brian watches a home organization video, drives to the store, spends $150 on matching bins and dividers, and within 3 months the bins are overflowing again, because the buying never stopped. The bins looked great for exactly 1 social media post. Then real life resumed, and the problem came back, because Brian organized the symptom and never treated the cause. And that is the list. 14 things that Japanese people look at and say no. Not because they are depriving themselves, not because they cannot afford these things, because they figured out that the less you buy, the less you need to organize, maintain, replace, store, insure, and stress about. The common thread across all 14 is this. Japanese culture asks a question before every purchase that American culture almost never asks. Do I actually need this, or am I buying it because I have been told that everyone does? 3.6% savings rate. 1.25 trillion in credit card debt. 21% interest on money that was already spent. Those are American numbers, and they do not have to be yours.